Welcome to the weekly adventures of Luffy Taro and Zoro Juno. Now before I get into the chapter, there's actually a volume cover that came out for the Reverie arc. It looks like this. It has the main Reverie cast along with Luffy's bounty poster front and center, and it has the empty throne in the background. Now I think for the most part every character there has earned their place, the right to be on that cover. But if you ask me, if I were choosing which characters to put on there, I would replace 5 characters, specifically Leo, Wapol, King Cobra, Karu, and Rebecca. I think you could change those characters and replace them with other characters like, maybe a member of the Gorosei, or Shanks, or Dragon, or one of the revolutionaries like Karasu. It's an okay cover, but those are the characters that I would exchange personally. Now, we open up with this new cover story, and my first thought is, wow, that was an abrupt ending to the Olympus one. I'm not really sure where Oda was going with that one, or what the payoff will be. But anyway, it seems like the character that we see, or that we see the back of, it could be Bellamy. At first, I'm going to be honest, I thought it was Shanks, but then I remembered that Shanks doesn't have a left arm, so it can't be. So it could very well be Bellamy, even though at the end of Dressrosa, he specifically stated that he was not to be considered part of the Grand Fleet. He said, I'm not one of your subordinates, but I'll take a piece of your Vivre card. Now, some fans have already noticed that if you look at the windmill that's on your right-hand side at the top, there's a little bit of what appears to be Shanks's Jolly Roger. So if this island is indeed ruled by the Yonko Red Hair Shanks, maybe it's only a matter of time before Bellamy crosses paths with Bartolomeo. So O-Tama's doing a lot better now, even though she ends up getting kidnapped by the ending of this chapter. Zoro says that the kidnapping seemed like it was planned, so it got me thinking about what was the plan to kidnap her. Was it for Batman to come in, throw some arrows at them, distract them, and then the Gazelle Man to come in and snatch Tama? Also, what happened to the Zumo wrestler that we saw last chapter? He just disappeared, kinda. I guess what I'm asking is, was the sumo wrestler also part of the plan to kidnap O-Tama? Also, why is O-Tama so important? Because I'm gonna be honest, even though I think she's cute and funny, I think O-Tama is being used kind of like a plot device to get Luffy to where he's supposed to be. It's like, oh no, O-Tama got sick. We have to take her to this town to get better. And now she's being carried away to the Bakura district, so follow her, because the plot moves with her. This chapter did make me hungry for some shiruko though. It's the red bean porridge that O-Tama ends up eating. This entire arc right now just kind of seems like this massive advertisement for tourists to go to Japan. It's like Oda is saying, come visit Japan. We have food and samurai. But anyway, we get formally introduced to Okiku, who we find out, according to Zoro, is a very large woman, a huge woman, to which Luffy responds, Big Mom was bigger. I'm pretty sure that her being that tall is going to be something that gets addressed or explained later on in the arc. And I also hope that she maybe has like a special samurai skill, like a swordsman skill that she can pass down to Zoro that only she can do. That'd be kind of cool. Now, Otsuru says that they're pretty much new in the town. She says that Okiku has been there a month and that she herself is new. So I wonder where they're from. Also, if you look outside the leftover shop, you'll see this giant crane symbol, this logo of a crane. And we know that Tsuru means crane, so it could just be like that's her name. At the same time, though, it could very well be a reference to the Kozuki Clan, even though the insignia, the logo for the Kozuki Clan, is a little bit different. It's not the same type of crane that we see outside of the leftover shop. However, I did find it interesting how it's actually Tsuru, the one who's giving Luffy and Zoro the history lesson about what happened to the Kozuki Clan and the castle at the top of the mountain and the farm and all that stuff. So could she be, she could be revealed to be a member of the Kozuki Clan later on. Another thing is that if you look at Luffy's kimono, the pattern on it actually is the same that you see here. It's the circle with other little circles around it, so that's interesting as well. We also find out that the Kozuki Clan was actually the ruling family of the magical land of Wano. So it wasn't like the Kozuki Clan was just like a random underground organization / clan / group of people that nobody knew about. Like, they were legit rulers, which kind of gets me thinking about the history of it, because it's like, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a flashback about what happened to the Kozuki family, how they lost power over Wano, how they got overthrown by Kaido and the Shogun, or at the very least to find out more about how Oden died, or how Momonosuke and Kanjiro and the rest of the samurai were able to escape Wano. That being said, Tsuru does say that the Kozuki Clan ruled over Wano over 20 years ago, and Roger died 24 years ago from this point. So it kind of makes it seem as if Roger dies and then everything starts going to hell in Wano. And this is why I really want to know where Okiku is from, because as they're chasing the Gazelle Man, she pulls out this booklet and she's like, okay, so where we're going, there's 3 headliners, right? And to me, it's like, okay, if you were from there, if you were from Wano, would you need a booklet to know that? I mean, maybe she would, I don't know. I just think it's a little bit strange that she would need to pull out a booklet to sort of identify where they were heading. It just seems like something that a foreigner would do as opposed to like a local doing. It just makes it seem as if it's been a while since she's been there, so she kind of has to, write down notes. That being said, they're going to the Bakuda district, and she says that that's where the government officials and the pirates are located at. Now, I'm pretty sure that when she says government officials, she doesn't mean like government officials from the Marines, because remember, Wano has been closed off. Like even Akainu said, we don't know how strong the samurai are because Wano has like this isolationist policy that doesn't allow people in and out. So I'm pretty sure she means the pre-established government agencies and officials of the land of Wano, not of the Marines. That being said though, if I was a visiting admiral, that's probably where I would go, or where I would be. And just as a very brief reminder, continuing with Kaido's card theme, in regards to his subordinates, Okiku says that where they're headed, there's actually 3 headliners. One is Hawkins, one is Speed, and one is Hold'em. Now, Speed and Hold'em are actually ways of playing poker. You got Speed Poker and Texas Hold'em. So they're different variations of the game of poker. So that continues the card theme. We know that Hawkins has the tarot cards that he pulls out. So again, I'll just remind you very briefly, the reason why we know that this is a thing is because Jack, Jack, he's a calamity, so the Jack card. Drake represents the 10. Doflamingo was the Joker. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a queen at some point, and then Kaido being the king of beasts, he is the king himself. Also, Sheep's Head is another card game that you play with like a normal standard deck. I think you play that with 5 people. But the thing is, like, it continues that theme. So much like Big Mom had a chess theme to her subordinates, Kaido has a card theme to his. I wonder if Kaido ever tried recruiting Ace to join his crew because of the card thing. So you see this guy called Batman in this chapter who is a gifter. Now, gifters are people who ate artificial devil fruits that can transform part of their bodies, not all of their bodies, but just parts of them into something related to animals. As you can tell from the Batman design, he's like an incomplete Zoan in a way. I think it's kind of like a malfunctioning Zoan. Like if you look at his design, like it seems like the bat part of him is just kind of like his butt, and also like the top part of his head, because he does have bat ears. That's why he was able to hear the conversation that Suda was having. But overall, the way that you can differentiate the gifters from the rest, in addition to their Zoan malfunction, is that they all have 2 horns on their head. It's the same thing with the Gazelle Man who wears fishnet stockings. That being said, Hold'em, who is the headliner for these 2, actually looks like a legit lion. So he's either a Zoan Devil Fruit user with the lion fruit, which I don't think we've seen before in the series, or he's a lion mink. I'm pretty sure he's a Zoan though, because the mink race has been allied to the Kozuki Clan for centuries. So if this is actually a mink, like he would probably be like a major traitor. So yeah, I don't think that's the case. So it's probably a Zoan. I hope he's an awakened Zoan. That'd be cool. Because we got some fights incoming. Did you see Luffy and Zoro's face as they were heading into town? They're like, all right, let's go, let's do this, right? Because to be honest, at this point, the Bat and the Gazelle are pretty much fodder for Luffy and Zoro. I'm actually kind of surprised that they were able to snatch Tama the way that they did, but I guess it's because they were distracted by the rain of arrows. Notice how Luffy doesn't move in that scene. It's just like Zoro blocking everything. So Zoro has been in full-on security guard mode. He blocked that first one with Sandai Kitetsu like, It's a very cool perspective shot of the arrow making contact with the metal. And I really want to know what kind of blade, what kind of sword Okiku has. Does it belong to the group of 50, the group of 21, or the group of 12 rare swords that exist in the One Piece world? I guess we'll find out. And then finally we get Law. And I have to say that I kind of wanted more out of his design because he looks almost exactly the same. Like maybe not a top knot, but something different. He's wearing the same hat. He just has like a kimono. He was asleep on the ruins of this castle. So he's just like, okay, time to go to work, boys. It's funny now that I used to think that for some reason I thought that Law's priority was to go and find Kid and rescue him from that prison, but nope, turns out he was just sleeping on some debris. Meanwhile, Kid is out there bleeding to death. But hey, that's the pirate's life for me. Anyway, there's some fights coming in, folks. That's a fact. You know, Luffy and Zoro are going in to this town where it's supposed to be full of pirates and government officials. Something's going to go down. Law will join shortly after, probably with his room or shambles, and you know, we'll get some action going. Overall, I thought it was an average chapter. I definitely think the break didn't do it any favors, but we'll see where this goes. And if you liked the review, please leave it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already for more One Piece reviews. And then finally, I just want to mention that I recently found out that Kizaru's voice actor passed away. So rest in peace, and catch you guys later. To celebrate his memory, though, I just want to do one final ooh. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I wish the best to his family, and I'll catch you guys later.